Good morning. How much of your drink do you have to drink before it start? Before it's counted as pre-gaming, because I've drank like half of this thing. But I have mac and cheese and I have water, so we're good. Let's see how many of these I can get through before I have to start looking up kinks, and how many of them I know but don't know that I know. Because I figured I'd start with the one that would be the most NSFW and move down from there. I think either that or the smut one is the tail end. I do not remember how I set these up already. But let's go. Just about anything with pain is a yes for me. So, receiving cuts and scrapes, yes. Giving them, not so much. But either way, A tier. Although I don't like scratching. Like, I don't like the way nails feel on skin. So, like, I will tolerate it, but I don't particularly like it. Oh, look, we've made it to one that I don't actually know what that's. What the fuck is that word? That took all of, what, a minute and a half? Psychosexual attraction to people with impaired mobility. Did not know that that was a kink. I mean, technically anything's a kink. Eh, I mean, like, mobility wise does not phase me. So where would I put one that I just don't like? It does not. Hmm? Mm-hmm. Sure, it can go there. Accidental stimulation. Yes, but yes, where? Yes, here, because I know that there's ones that I like more. Age play is not my. Eh. Actually, I do think it needs to go down into B because I know that I like it, but there are others that I like far more. Age play, on the other hand, it's not my cup of tea. You do you. You have fun doing you. And as long as your partner is consenting, have at it. It's just not for me. I like the idea of public, but I have too much anxiety to do not to do anything. Hmm. I like the idea of it, but there's only a certain amount of things that I'm willing to do in public because of anxiety. Aliens? Yes. They can Aliens can also go and see, because I'm more of a monster fucker than I am an alien fucker. High heels can look pretty, but they don't really do much for me. Like, it depends on the heels and how much of the bare feet that I can see, because I don't like bare feet. I don't even particularly like feet in socks or stockings. But if they're covering entirely, yeah, we're good. Dressed in an alien costume? You know what? That's a win. I'm not gonna lie. Blindfold, I'm not gonna lie. As far as heels, I am more partial to boots. But that's because I really like I really like being stepped on. So, so of course I'm and heels are not as fun to be stepped on by as boots. Heels kind of hurt, and not in like the fun way for me. I'm almost done with my drink. Okay, blindfold. It depends on like how much I trust the person. Like if I don't really trust the person, it's a solid F. I'm I like to know what's going on around me, and the only choke on my mac and cheese. The only time I'm really okay with not knowing what's going on around me like that is like if I were to really trust my partner. Hold on, I'm gonna refill my drink. Actually, common sense would say don't refill the drink just yet. I like. Ooh, what's in that? My mac and cheese tastes like hamburger helper, and I don't know what I did to get to that point. I don't think it's a slice of American cheese. But I didn't put anything different in it than usual. Did I? No, I didn't. I mean, I think I accidentally dumped way too much nutritional yeast in there, but that's. Maybe that's it. Oh, I never did. So, and as the idea, a solid S. In practice for me, probably a C. No. Look, I'm just not a fan of anal. Okay? Been there, done that. I don't. Like, once again, you do you, but not my cup of tea. Mm. Um, Bathroom control is another F for me. Just because that's once again just not my cup of tea. Surprisingly, not one that I've tried. Oh, where's the water? There's the water. Begging. Mm, yeah. Begging is one that like I'm more like reading about than doing. I don't want someone to know that I'm that damn bad for them, or at least that damn bad for them. And well, yeah. You know what? It can go in a B though. Hello. Welcome to the birthday stream. So I understand that it's not the smartest move, but it's still fun. Also, this is why I don't fuck people anymore. How much fucking alcohol did I put in this? Maybe I shouldn't have started pre-gaming this early. Ooh, thank you for the chip. Look, somebody gave me a bag of ketchup flavored chips today, and those are the best fucking chips I've had since honey butter chips. Gender play. Yeah, you know what? That's fun. I'm not gonna lie. Did I do a Genshin Smasher Pass? I think I did a Genshin tier list at one point, but I don't remember if it was Smasher Pass. One half is red, one half raspberry vodka, and blue cures. I can feel myself about to hiccup. Ooh, you know what? That sounds really good. My drink is Chambord, red wine, uh, pink, raspberry lemonade, and is this tonic water or soda water? Soda water. All right, comfy. All right, gender play. Gender play can go in an A because it is a fun one. I think it's alright. My mom gave it to me because she got a 4-pack, tried it, didn't really care for it. Ah, I can understand that. Ooh, cross dressing. Yes, cross dress cross dressing is a fun one. And if you're gender fluid enough, everything and nothing is cross dressing. Fuck off! Why did that come up now? I've had my computer on for like 30 fucking minutes, and it usually comes up in the first 5. Anyways. Yes. Uh, if done right, breastplate is so fun. I don't think there's one that's specifically choking, but because I think that falls under choking. They're not in alphabetical order. Oh, that's gonna bug me. I shouldn't have realized that. You know what? That did pop up at the perfect time for that. uh, let's see. Sex and water. The idea of it is fun, but it's more annoying than anything to me. So it can go in D tier. Yeah, there are. There's a lot of them. Anonymous sex. Mm, yeah, that that one's one that I'm surprised that I haven't done. That is an interesting one. But it's one of those like the circumstances would have to be perfect. Actually, I think it should probably be moved down to here because of that the fact that it the circumstances would have to be so perfect for me to properly enjoy it. Height difference, everything's a fucking height difference with me. I'm too short to not have a height difference. Either way, it's uh butt plugs under clothing goes under the same category as anal where I no, it's just not for me. I don't have fun with it. Tight and or small spaces. Mm, I'd rather have space to move around. Like it's okay, but I'd rather it like I don't like feeling like I'm overheating and every time and like small spaces make me feel like I'm getting overheated when there's a lot of movement. Chastity, respectfully, no. I, okay. I'm surprised I've only had to look up one of these, but only one of them has had like an actual name to it, like a like philia name to it. CBT is another one that's just a eh to me because like you do you, but that's not my cup of tea. Impact play, yes. Genshin Impact play. Look, I do know like several of the ones that would be at the top of the Smash list for Genshin Impact. I know myself. I wonder if I can get the last bit of this. Nipple play? Yeah, it is very fun. Body modification though, like in the context of in the context of like doing body modification to for sexual gratification, eh? Body modification as like a I like this on a person. Yeah. I will put it in. I'll put it in D for if it's for sexual gratification. Vor is not one that I've really ever gotten into. It's just never interested me. Same thing with body inflation. It's just never interested me. There's a line between bestiality and monster fucking. The line should not be crossed. Bestiality is a hard no. Knife play. Yeah. Sharp objects in general, yeah. It would not surprise me if infection was somewhere down here, because that feels like it would be a very intense kink. uh, DP is one that like I like the idea of it, but it is so much effort for me. Like no, like it's fun to a certain point. Like if I got to put in a lot of effort, I'm not into it. I like having things done to me, and you kind of gotta pay attention and like do things for half of the double penetration. Punishment. Hmm. Punishment can go in a C tier. Not because I don't like it. Yeah. Alright. Punishment can go in a C tier because, like, it depends on what kind of punishment and, like, how intense the punishment is. I like pain, but I I don't like it to be like a I'm doing this to punish you for something you did. I like it more as a I'm doing this because I know you liked it. Mm, diapers are another F tier for me because, like, just not something I've ever been interested in. Kind of also, like, ties in a bit with, like, the you do you of age play. Praise. Yes, I need praise. Also, on the flip side of that, degradation. I like them both. I'm not very good at doing either, though. Like, I'm not great at praising, and I'm not great at trying to degrade. Like, I. Yeah! and then build me up again, please. I am. By the end of this, y'all will very much know that I'm a pillow prince. I like having everything done to me. I don't like doing things. Except for blowjobs. Blowjobs are fun. Necrophilia is the tears one, right? Let me double check this. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure it's like got to do with crying. Yeah, arousal from tears or sobbing. I like it in fiction, but like, mm, it can go into C. Never had it so good that I cried, so I can't really move it up or down. Oral giving, yes. Well, to a degree. Blowjobs are fun. Eating out is fun. I'm just not very good at the second one. Oral receiving, like if the if my partner was really into it, I would do it, but having it done to me is not really all that interesting. Either that or I've never had anybody who was good at it. I might be finding things out about this by my lack of interest in some things about the people that I have been with. I need to stop messing with the cup. The cup is empty and the cup's going to stay empty for a little while longer. Dubcon. Yes. Non-con. Um, just double checking to make sure see consensual non-con's not on here too. I don't think it is. But like also, yes. Predictably collars are also yes. Yeah. I feel like giving oral is one that people either really like or really don't like. Like it's either something you enjoy or something you don't enjoy. I don't know. I haven't talked to many people that are just very about it. Fantasy and mythical creatures, yeah. I like it if there's a possibility that that magic could kill me. Latex, spandex, and leather. I don't like the way latex or spandex feels, but leather is nice. So for leather, it can go in D. Like I used to have this really nice pair of leather cuffs that I made that I loved to bits and pieces. And I kind of wish that I still had them. I lost them in a car wreck, and I was so upset about that because that was one of the few things that was not recovered. Breeding kink. Um, yeah. Also, kind of ties into the raw and barebacking one. You know what? I am gonna go ahead and refill this. Why is there so much dust on my soda water? Farting is not my cup of tea. Never been interested in it. No thanks. I'm trying to do this without accidentally overflowing my cup from the fizz. This is going to take forever. Exhibitionism. That's the one where you like people to watch you, right? Because voyeurism is where you like. No. Yes? Exhibitionism is where you like people to watch you. Voyeurism is where you like watching. Huh. Oh, there's the hiccup. Here we go. It kind of that one kind of goes with the public place one, like the anxiety about being seen, like doing something in public. So that one's an F for me. Ow! Whacked myself in the face with my cup. I don't mind being watched though. It's not my favorite thing, or, like under certain circumstances, but like watching others, eh, I can go here. It's once again not my favorite thing, but eh. Vomit's a no. I'm not going to elaborate on that. Face fucking is good, but not great. Yeah, that's the way. That's the way it is for me. My brain's like, yeah, let's do this, and then my anxiety's like, oh fuck no. Face sitting, also not like It's one of those ones, like, I'll do it. Like, I will partake if my partner was really interested, but it's not really something I would offer on my own. Oh, fuck. Wait, no, no, no. Why did you do that? My drink fizzed up out of the straw. I can't just watch because I can't see the sound unless I'm directly involved. You know what? Understandable. Is sound related ones in here? I don't know. It's too much effort. Role playing. It's once again one that like I would do if my partner was very interested in it, but I would not offer for myself. Like offer the idea myself. Furries are kind of like the gateway to monster fucking. I mean that jokingly. Like furries, yeah, sure. Feet, no. Compared to the time, like, despite the times that I have like tried to say something about like shoe design and just like muttered something about feet and moved on from the conversation instead of saying something about the shoe design, I don't like feet. I like shoes, but I do not like feet. I like the idea of food play, but food play is too messy. Like, somebody else would have to clean up everything. Fisting is not my cup of tea. Edging is alright, but if it goes on for long enough, it drives me up the wall and just gets annoying. Wax play, ooh. Um, hold on. There we go. Wax play is fun. Actually, it can go down into A. It's fun. It's fun though. It's just not like top tier. Temperature play is also up there as fun, but not quite top tier. Fighting and wrestling, that is too much effort for me, and I know it. Wax play is as long as the wax ain't too hot. Yeah, you gotta be careful about wax temperatures. I've never burned myself badly, but did I did get it unpleasantly hot one time. Yeah. Sex in front of a mirror is. Hmm, I can go here. It's not bad. I'm just like, I feel like I got other things I should be focusing on than like watching myself in the mirror. Also, I feel like you gotta have like a properly good sized mirror for that. I like the ice side attempt play, not the fire side outside of wax. I'm gonna put my drink over. Gonna. Where the fuck can I put my drink now? Though, because that's over here. There we go. I like both sides, but only if the fire one is done right, because I don't want to get burned again. I burned myself on enough stuff that's not like sexy time. Hypnotism, it's just never been of interest to me. What is that word? I'm surprised that I've only had to pull out the what the fuck is that twice. Sexual arousal are responsive to and contingent upon being with a partner known to have committed an outrage, cheating, lying, known infidelities, or crime. Oh. Oh, I just learned something about myself. Did not know that had a did not know that had a proper name. I if hypnotism has ever worked on me, I don't know it. that would look that one. How do you even pronounce this? Hybristophilia. I don't know if I said that right. Would explain how damn bad I am for certain characters. Hi there. You missed a few kinks. I'm relearning something. My mac and cheese is like very cold now. I'm not sure how though, because I'm eating it straight out of the pot. Primal play. This one. I don't know if I'm saying it right when I say it. I'll read the uh I'll read the description again. A paraphilia in which sexual arousal are responsive to and contingent upon being with a partner known to have committed an outrage, cheating, lying, known infidelities, or crime. Uh, but yeah, primal play, the hunter prey one. I I like being hunted. I like the fear of being caught. This one has to hinge on them of like technically all of them hinge on the character being fictional, but that one really has to hinge on the character being fictional because the atrocious crimes that some characters that I have been down bad for have committed should never be committed IRL. Yonder, yeah. Yeah, Juka. Juka, yeah. Um, also, okay, look, I haven't read the Sinostra chapter of Tokyo Debunker. I'm working on reading it, but Taiga, um, yeah, no, I am, I am damn bad. Yeah, it's only gonna. I know it's only gonna get worse the more of the story that I read. Like, the dude could take a chunk out of me and I'd say thank you. Doggy style. Yes. Like, S tier, yes. I have to do so little work. Missionary can go in B tier because, like, it's another one where I wouldn't have to do a whole lot of work, but it's more boring. Threesome. I like the idea of it. Been there, done that multiple ways. It's so much fucking effort. Alright, comfortable again. So, threesomes can go in D tier because, like, they're fun as long as I'm not having to do a bunch of work. And that's not usually how it pans out. Usually it pans out to everybody doing equal work. Gangbang. I like the idea of it, but I think it would be one of those ones that in practice I would not have as much fun with. So it can also go in D tier. Oh, I can feel another hiccup. Hold on. Okay, we're good. Phone sex and sexting. I'm not the biggest fan of it. Like, it can go in D tier because it's not bad. It's just, it's eh. Okay, we have a character who's into lots of kinks, so it sometimes uses them to freak out his opponents. Yeah. I could not be trusted not to say harder. Phone sex F. Sexting don't care. D or C. Phone sex is an F, but the sexting is a D. I don't like having to describe what I'm doing. Yes, bondage and ropes are S. Is gagging somewhere on here like shutting someone up kind of gagging? Because I am honest to God surprised that more people have not done that to me because I don't shut the fuck up. BDSM is S tier. A lactation is an F for me. It's one of those ones that I've just like not got an interest in. Self-cest, on the other hand, yes. Oh yeah, that would be the issue. Fuck, that would be the issue for me too. They were both bottoms, and they also didn't like to do anything. Intoxication. Mm, mm, I feel like that one's C tier. Like it. it would really depend on how intoxicated. Oh no, my mac and cheese. I just lost the whole mac and cheese noodle. Where'd it go? Never mind, I found it. It landed back in the spoon. Oh yeah. Or they didn't realize that there were lesbian sheep because nobody was mounting each other. But the female sheep don't mount. What is that one? The sexual attraction to monsters. I did not know there was a word for it. Get up here. I am a monster fucker. And it does not have it can be a dragon. Like it can be a monster. I'm in. If there was higher than S tier, it would be in the higher than S tier. Non-human body parts. Also, it can go in A tier because it's not quite as exciting as Monster Fucker. Yeah. Hilly Trails go into that too. Clones. Hmm. It depends on how many clones. Like it can go into A tier. Well, actually B tier. Because it depends on like how many clones and like are they clones or are they like different timeline kind of clones? Which I guess different timelines would be self-cessed instead of clones. What you doing, Sushi? Tentacles. Yes. I feel like that's another one that's pretty self-explanatory. Hmm. Pubic hair is one that I don't care. Like, yes or no. I don't know what category that would go into if I don't care yes or no. I guess it would go D tier. What is touching me? Maybe C tier. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, that'll fit. Hairy body also goes in C tier because like it does not matter to me one way or another. I'm all for it with a hairy body, all for it without a hairy body. Clean shaven. Once again, C tier. uh, Tickling is an F tier. I just don't like to be tickled, like at all. that's that's why I don't like to be tickled. I kick, and I apparently kick hard, according to the people that I've kicked. To be fair, The moment they touched me, I said, I don't like to be tickled. That was their warning. I don't like I don't like being tickled at all. Any situation. Let's see, fear play can go into the same category as the primal play. Because like I like that rush. Probably also why I like really fucked up romance stories. Being perfectly honest. Pet play. Mm, that one's a that one's a D tier for the same reasons that like some of the others are. Where if like my partner brought it up and was really into it and wanted me to do it, yeah, sure. But I would not bring it up myself. First time, eh. Would zombie be this one? That's a good question. First time's a like I I don't like having to teach somebody. So I don't. Uh, you would say C because you like pet play. Understandable. I like being called a good boy, but like that, I don't know if that would. I feel like that would fall more under praise. Biting. Hold on. Biting goes in S tier, but I like being bitten. I don't like to bite. Biting somebody would be too much effort. Being bitten is fun. Mm, necrophilia would have to go under F for me. Surprised. Look, I am still so surprised that Beale is not my favorite. Because, like, he fits, like, so many qualifications. I'm not gonna lie. Maybe if Belfie hadn't choked me, he would be my favorite. Look, you would think Lucifer would be my favorite. You would think. Because, like, he checks literally every box. I hate the bastard. I will fight him in the back in an alley behind Denny's. Like I don't know. I've never been able to pinpoint exactly what it is about why I do not like Lucifer, but I don't. I have theorized that it's because of the way he treats Mammon, but I don't know if it's that or if I just really do not vibe with him. But Belfie, oh yeah, I don't. I don't like the. I don't like Diavolo either. Like I like him as like a friendly character and like the power that he holds, but I don't like him like anything past that. Like I have no interest in him. So like Toma, yeah. Same way that I would fight Toma. Which Toma's another one that, like, in theory, should have checked all the boxes. And I think if I had not encountered Tsurugi first, I would have really liked Toma. But I encountered Tsurugi, and the rest is history. It was like 30 seconds in the anime, and that was the end of it. Where they've like revised it to not be as dark, or is there something else? My water is very warm. It's, it's not exactly cool in the house. Underwear and lingerie. I'm not gonna lie, they don't do anything for me. Like at all. It's supposed to be darker, but they got backlash from fans for them being mean, too mean and stuff. They're demons. They're supposed to be mean. Maybe that's why I like Tokyo Debunker so much, because like the ones that are mean in there are fucking mean. Hmm. Yeah, and like it feels it feels almost like they try to do Nightbringer to like bring it back to how dark it should be, considering the fact that it's from like when they first fall and like are still getting used to it. Like I feel like I feel like they would have tried to do that to be like, look, this is how they were. They've like lightened up a lot over the years. Like Beale threatens to eat you. Yeah, Beale threatens to eat you, and that was honestly one of my favorite lines from him. Maybe threatened to sell your body parts. Yes, man. I, Mammon is my second favorite, and I think part of it's because he threatened to sell my body parts. Yeah, like, and like more than once over the course of the story, Satan like gets real close to losing control and trying to kill everybody. Man, I really wish I knew what I did different to my mac and cheese because I didn't add anything different. It's really good. I restarted the game and was so sad they took it out. If I went back through and reread it now, I would be so sad. Because, like, I enjoy dark, like, dating sims and stuff like that. Like, it's so good. Stretch. There we go. Teasing. Teasing can go in a B tier because it's fun to a degree. Like, there's a certain amount of time that it can go on before I'm like, okay, can we get to, like, the good shit? Can you stop teasing me? I'm not going to put the effort in, but still. Femdom? Hold on. It's still moving up. It's an A tier. Just because it's great, but it's not like top tier, top tier. Well, even if you handle the subjects well, you know that there's going to be people who complain. But realistically, if it's not your cup of tea, then just move on and play one that's lighter. I like dark ones though. Pegging. Ooh, pegging can go in B tier. Nerd. Yeah. I would guess like specific having a kink specifically for the nerdy ones. Ooh, somnophilia. Uh, I somnophilia is fun. Yeah, yeah. Do you know how many fucking Belfie smut fan fictions there are involving somnophilia? Like they're awesome. What is sounding and why do I feel like I know what it is and I should and I'm afraid to look it up? I read I read a lot too. Oh, that one. No thanks. Not my cup of tea. Yeah, I knew it was somewhere in there. Sensory deprivation. Sensory deprivation is like a D because it's kind of like with a. Where did it go? Where is it? Blindfold. It's kind of like blindfold, but the more senses that I'm deprived of, the less I enjoy it. And it's one of those ones where I would have to extremely trust the partner. Rimming is just not my cup of tea. Uh, rope work and shibari are, I would say, A tier. They're fun, and like I would be the one to be like, hey, can you tie me up? But like it's slightly different from bondage. It feels like there's a lot more intricacy in shibari than there is like just bondage. Like there's so many more like patterns and things like that. Robots and machinery. They would be C tier for me because like I like them, but yeah, there's a lot of places that you should not be putting fleshy bits. No, sim nature is very much not my cup of tea. I don't like that kind of like power play and like those kinds of power dynamics. Same thing with like boss ex employee. Like I just don't like that kind of power dynamic there. Stepcest. Mm, that one, I'm not gonna lie, is a B tier. Like it's an interesting one, and like it would a lot of it would depend on like how much of a sibling dynamic versus like friend that like your parents just happen to be married kind of dynamic you've got. Nerd. Um, Nerd can go with B. I'm not gonna lie. Nerds are fun. What are you doing so far? Yeah. Okay, just saying. For that particular category, it feels like you can find like things more accurately as far as like other kinks within the stepbro stepsis category. Mm, age gap. Mm, it depends on the age gap because it's another one that kind of like falls in with the student teacher like boss employee kind of power dynamic there. Like if there's too wide of a gap, it feels weird. And if after you hit a certain amount of gap, it just that like entire thing goes out the window. Like if you're going at an immortal character or an immortal in general, it like there's a point where age gap just like you gotta ignore it. there's there's not a great way to wrap your head around. Hey, oh hey, like this the your partner is like 6,000 years old. Like, how are you supposed to wrap your head around that? Zhongli does is by default a big age gap. Like even for like others that are equally like in that hard to wrap your head around category. I would bang Zhongli though, as long as he don't keep talking. As long as he does not say anything about osmanthus wine. Mm, hentai. Hold on. Hentai is up here. I just like I enjoy hentai. Hentai's fun. Oh, hiccup. People in positions of authority. There it is. That goes that goes in an F tier. I don't like the power dynamic there. I'm only like halfway through my pot of mac and cheese. Magic. Yes. Magic either to turn you on or to like have fun. And that's a weirdo baby question. How old is Luke and Satan? Satan is older than Luke, but Luke is a child, but knew Lucifer and Evan. Hold on. I remember one time they actually answered that question. That Luke has the like mentality of like a 10-year-old child. That like in human years he would be 10. I don't know if that's still true, and I don't remember. I don't know how hard it would be to find that information, but I'm pretty sure that it was like an anniversary thing or something that they answered that. Satan, however, seems to have just like popped up like fully adult. Although I do think it would be a very funny thing uh, for there to at some point be art of like baby Satan that Lucifer's trying to deal with. I'm pretty sure he just like became a thing as like a full grown demon. Yeah, basically. Ooh, Maid and Butler. They also go in S tier. I don't know. I don't think. Yeah, the category's not in here, but uh, specifically demon butlers. Also, back to the line. Chocolate would probably drink it during or after. Yeah, I would just need to be like out cold, too exhausted to complain before he starts drinking. Ooh, subdom. These also, yeah, these can go in A tier. Like, it depends on how good of a dom the dom is. And I have been told more than once that I have like hardcore sub energy, which is very, it kind of, I mean, I do have hardcore sub energy. I can't, I like can't argue that. Yandere, yes. Yandere goes up here because I like it when they would kill for me to keep me from leaving, but only in fiction. Tomboy, yes. It, I must say only fiction. The majority of this would be only fiction. Some of it I've tried out IRL. Tomboy though, I like I like strong women. I like women that can beat me up. Not that it takes much. But there are quite a few tomboys that are very strong women. And also tomboy fashion is like on point. Possibly. Oh, hiccup. Size kink. Yeah, that's we're making our way up the thing. Size kink can go in A tier. don't know how to elaborate on that one. I'm like I'm 156 centimeters tall. There's a lot of things that are very big to me that constitute height, gap, and size kink. Yeah, once again, another reason why Veal should, why Veal like could have been like my top tier choice. Like 5 foot 1.5 feet tall. Also, yes, love the turtles. Yeah. See, toys will always be top tier. Like, toys are fun. And like using them on others or on yourself is fun. um, yes to Aragura. I have mentioned that I like dark romance, but I particularly like Aragura. It's a very like interesting thing to read. It's fascinating. Pastel gore? I don't think I have I. Oh, it's so cute. I like it. As long as the character doesn't die, I enjoy it. Yeah, uh, more or less. sometimes, sometimes the character dying is a better end than like them surviving that horror. Hair pulling, hair pulling can go and see because like it's fun. But if you pull my hair too hard, I will punch. Like if you pull it hard enough for me to be like, are you trying to fucking rip my hair out? It, it stops being fun. Mm, cuckolding is just not my cup of tea. Oh, I apparently have a very sensitive scalp. um, Hanzo. I tried looking this up and all I got was like Hanzo from Overwatch. Is that a particular king? It's just gonna have to go there. Swinging is one that swinging can go there. Would you date or smash any of the Smatsu characters? Yeah. And you could probably guess which one. Yeah. I am a touch predictable. Right, humping and dry humping can go in B tier. They're fun. Sugar daddy and sugar mommy are just like not all that interesting to me. They can go in F tier. That does not surprise me. I'm not gonna lie. Like like Karamatsu does seem like the type to just like attract people. Let's see, being used as a fuck toy. That I could not put this in any category other than S. Like I basically like I don't like to do anything. I just like to like have it done to me. Like yeah. Ah, I'm getting tangled. Finboy. That one can go in A tier. Because Finboys are fun. Also, you know, me. Hasn't this one already been up here? Hold on. I thought that was like the first one. It is. I can go sit next to the first one. Futanari. Eh, yeah, Futanari's one that like I don't really I wouldn't seek it out all that often, but like I do enjoy it. There's a few. I feel like trans is one that would need to go into like this category for the fact that like you are you. I'm not I'm not going to be like chasing after you because you're trans. I'm going to be chasing after you because you're you. So whether or not you're trans does not phase me one bit. Belly bulge. Only in certain scenarios. Like it doesn't really interest me all that much. Pervert can go in C. Well, actually no. Pervert can go in B. It's a little fun. Bully. Uh, for all the fact that I like being degraded, bully does not really interest me. Corruption kink. Hold on. Corruption can also go in a B tier. Actually, yeah, yeah. Like a stalker can go up here in A tier. I'm not gonna lie. That's another one that's like fictional specific. Kind of like Yandere. Androgyny is the same reason as some of the others that have been in C tier. And no, not quite S. Because, like, I like. Oh god, where did it go? I like Yandere. But the stalking aspect of it, of most Yandere, is like the more boring part. Free use. What exactly is free use? Oh, never mind. Hell yeah. A kink in which someone consents to being available to have sex with or be used by their partner at any time. Hell yeah. Get your ass up there. Chubby is going into C for the same reasons as others. Like, it's it's not one that's like going to be me seeking it. It wouldn't be me seeking it out as like a priority thing. But I'm not going to say no because you're still you. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Armpit is definitely a kink. I I know someone who is very into armpits. All right, manhandling. Yeah, just kind of throw me around. I'm fine with it. Thigh riding. It's kind of an eh. Like another one that like if my partner brought it up, I'd be down for it, but I wouldn't bother to bring it up. Thigh fucking, on the other hand, yeah. Was it feet that won? uh, Boob jobs and tit fucking can go like here. Like I'm eh. Armpit one. To be fair, a nicely drawn armpit is like A plus. Like it's a great thing. Dilfs and milfs. Okay. They can actually both go into the C category. Like I can go with or without. Cougar. Cougar just has never really interested me. Bukake is a mess. So no. Like I would not want to have to deal with that. Electricity. Electricity makes me nervous. So I don't think I would enjoy it. Cock warming? Um, Cock warming does in fact go up here. It it does not get S tier because because I can't sit still. Like it kind of one of those things about like cock warming is, kind of need to be able to stay still. I wiggle around too much. Public use, that one can go down here. It doesn't really interest me, which is I don't know where the where'd it go? The anonymous sex one. I feel like it would kind of like also be in public, like part of public use, but well, actually, public use can move up one. But it's not as interesting as some of the others. Worshipping, like not gonna stop somebody from worshiping me. Medical play is an Like not the biggest fan of doctors. Really not the biggest fan of hospitals. Smell of them still gives me nightmares sometimes. I Medical play is not for me. Marking is an absolute yes. And like not even as a like keep it where it can't be seen kind of yes. Nah, mark me up, have a ball. I don't have to explain jack shit to nobody. If they ask me, it ain't none of their business why there's a hickey on my neck. Turn me into purple guy. Yes. GUI is also not my cup of tea. Neither. Look, I can appreciate a nicely drawn armpit, but it's not like turns me on kind of thing. Oh, I gotta up here. Get further up. Ascent, however, gets A tier. It is very good. the the way things smell like the smell of leather or the smell of cigarettes or like it scent is a big one. Actually, scent should probably go up here. Also, I cannot be trusted not to be drawn to a character that smokes. And in fact, I have made several bad decisions IRL because of people that smoke. This is why I this is why I only chose like four to do because I wasn't sure how long it would take me to get through some of them. We are almost 2 hours into this, and we have just gotten through the first one. I didn't realize there were quite that many on this list. I'm gonna eat me a couple of bites of mac and cheese. It's unfortunate cigarettes are so unhealthy and the smell gives me a headache. They're so nice with fictional characters. They are. Oh, fun. Yeah, we finally got through all of them. Also, cigars do not fall into the same category for me as cigarettes. I cannot stand the way cigars smell. Are we ready for romance tropes? There's not as many of these. Also, I like, I have mentioned several times that I like dark romance, but romance in general for me is just like not something I read a lot because there's usually a thing at some point about a miscommunication that like breaks them up or nearly breaks them up, and I hate that. And for some reason, that's a popular like plot twist to throw into romance. But are we ready? Go drink some more water. I'm getting a bit of a headache, probably because I like was around people the whole day. I learned that chickpea burgers are just as good on the grill as when you bake them. I like cute crush fluff or dark. I like romance as long as it ain't the main, as long as it ain't the main plot, like a side plot or one of those short one shots. Yeah, like Given has been my favorite romance, and there's not. There's been a couple of like miscommunications, but not like the break you up kind of miscommunications. And I think that's why I like it. All right, enemies to lovers. If done right, can be like a love it. Like it, but it has to be done right. Like they still got to kind of take jabs at each other because I think that if they were your enemy, just because they became your lover does not mean that they're going to be like super fluffy and sweet all the time. They still know those things that they hated about you. And like they may have been dulled by the romance, but they're not gone. And they should still be allowed to take jabs at each other. Nobody thinks it'll work. I'd say dislike it because, like, that's a romance against the odds is one thing, but a romance that like nobody's cheering for is another. Amnesia, I don't like it. I'm just while it is cute for like a character with amnesia to fall in love with the same person all over again or something like that, I overall I usually don't like the way it's executed. Family values, I'm not a big fan of it. Like, which then again, I also like like borderline degenerate characters, so there's usually not a whole lot of family values going on in that. God brought them together. Mm, I won't say the worst, but I don't like it. There was a romance that I read where someone went back in time with the memory of how shitty their partner was and gets with the better person. Now that one does kind of seem interesting. I do like the idea of that, where like you going back in time and you know how bad the timeline's going to be if you go with the first one. Pen pals and secret identity. Mm, I'm not a big fan of that either. Because this one like really depends on how well it's executed. Fully changed for the better. I do have a soft spot for. I cannot explain why. I don't know why. I don't ask a whole lot of questions sometimes. Holiday romance? Oh no. No, no, no. Holiday. I cannot stand holiday romances. You know how many like Hallmark Christmas like love story movies I've seen? I cannot stand them. Fantasy setting. Uh, yes. Fantasy setting can go in the best. Look, I actively avoid Hallmark Channel now. The only time I ever see any kind of holiday romance movie is when I'm watching like a commentary YouTuber talk about it. I've watched two Nicholas Sparks movies. I don't think either of them were considered a holiday romance, but like they're good on first watch. I don't see how people watch The Notebook over and over and over. Like people talk about it being like the best romance movie ever, and I just don't see it. 40 what? 42 Hallmark Christmas movies released in 2023? That's almost a movie a week. How the fuck do they have the time, energy, or resources to like come up with enough ideas to make that many Christmas movies? Fairy tale retellings, I like them. I think they're fun, particularly if it's a the fairy tale went this way, but I want to take control of the story and do it my own way and find a different and like go with the other romance option. Holiday romance where they find out their love interest is a yandere and have been following them and changing identities to get closer to them. That one I would watch. I'm not gonna lie. According to the website TV guide, Hallmark Channel's Countdown to Christmas, which began on Friday, October 20th, that is way too fucking early, and runs all the way through Thursday, December 21st, will include 31 film premieres, while Hallmark Movies and Mysteries Miracles of Christmas will launch 9 originals. What the fuck? That's too many. Yes, yes. I don't want to see, hear, or think about Christmas stuff until after Halloween. And even then, I will only tolerate it. I will not participate. Star-crossed lovers is one I have a soft spot for, but only if it's done like well. People talk about Christmas songs playing too soon. No one talks about Hallmark. Yeah, Jesus fuck. We need to start complaining about Hallmark too. Sunny versus Grumpy, I have a soft spot for, but once again, only when done right. I want to mess with people and decorate my house for Christmas for Halloween and decorate for Halloween for Christmas. Do it. Love at First Sight, I do like. I think it's fun and cutesy. But I will say I don't like it when it's like you're so sure that the relationship's going to be like the best of the best. I like it when it's like a oh holy fuck this person is like perfect. There's no way they're not the one. Let me get to know them better. Long distance relationship. You have your Christmas tree up? Did you just never take it down? Let's see, long distance relationship. I kind of wish I had a tier for neutral. I didn't think about that. Oh, I have heard about that. I've heard it's good. 2 years. 2 years. You just had your Christmas tree out for 2 years. Let's see. Long distance relationship. I am neutral to. Like I don't really like it or dislike it, but I do. I think lean more towards dislike because I've had long distance relationships. There's there's so much effort. Ah, matchmaker. Um, I do love matchmaker things. I do also love fake dating turned real. Like I love when it's just like, hey, I need you to pretend to be my girlfriend, boyfriend, anything. Just like I need you to pretend to be my partner so that people will stop asking. And then along the line they're like, holy crap, you are actually great. I like those. So when it's done good, I love it. I love this shit too. Like, oops, got feelings. Yeah. Work colleagues. Uh I like it. So long as it's like co-workers rather than like boss employee kind of scenario. Like it's a common place where you meet people and like if something cute flourishes there, something cute flourishes there. It's fun. Thanks. Um angst is a soft spot one because there has to be like certain types of angst. Like it can't be like cheating angst. Like I it I don't even know how to explain it. I have a soft spot for certain types of angst. Fish out of water. Eh. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. For angst, I do kind of like when I end a romance story and just kind of like have to sit there and go, "Wow, that made me feel terrible." Good morning, Sushi. Sushi just woke up from her nap and, like, when she stretched, it looked like she stretched out to like 3 feet long. Fish out of water. I'm not a big fan of it. The big part for angst is comfort and the possibility of comfort. Yeah, a big part of it is like the possibility of comfort. Yeah, war setting. I'm not gonna lie, I like war setting romance. Like the looming danger of like the love interest or the main character being sent away and like possibly not being able to come back. I do like that. Blind date I like. I don't like as much as matchmaker, even though it kind of falls into like a similar category. Ooh, I'm listening. I'm also eating mac and cheese still. I'm starting to think I'll have leftovers. All right, let's see if I can. I'm gonna make one more drink, and then I will be out of my alcohol. Smell Chambord just smacked me in the face. Oh, okay. Extra flush. Ooh. I will definitely take a look at that later. Oh, might help if I stir up my drink first, huh? Here we go. I don't think I have the lid on this right, but that's okay. Unequal social status. When done right, I love it. One of them dies, I also love. Like, especially if you know, like, from the beginning of the story that one of them's going to die, like, you know it's a doomed romance. I love it. Like, because you know that it's not going to end well, but you can't help but find out why. Sworn off relationships, I don't like. I won't say it's the worst, like, holiday romance, but I don't like it. Because almost always, the relationships that they end up getting into is like identical to the kinds of ones that they swore off of. So why bother swearing off romance if you're just going to get back into the same kind of thing? Let's see. Tall guy, short girl. I like it. I think somewhere along this list, there's also a tall girl, short guy, which I also like. Oh, hiccup. Opposites attract. I like it when done right. Like if you're doing like a villain x hero kind of story, you can't just like throw them together and hope for the best and hope that their chemistry is right. You gotta like have like weird places where like they don't realize that they're overlapping in personality, or like that they don't realize that they go to the same coffee shop every other day, or like something like that. Like you can't just like throw two opposite type characters like for the Sunny versus Grumpy. Like you can't just throw them in a room for like and hope for the best. You gotta have like little overlaps in their personality. Like maybe they both like the same type of like instant noodle or something like that. Like Kuru Mahiru, yes. You that is a scenario where you can throw them into a room and hope for the best because they're because they're living together. Orphan, I'll put it in dislike, but I just don't really care one way or another. I'll put oblivious to love in dislike because like I am generally oblivious to love, but I want my romance stories that I read for the characters to not be completely oblivious to it. Like it that's another one that if it's done right, I'll really like it. Like if like you've been in like the best friend scenario for like for like years or like your entire life or whatever, and then one day you just realize, oh, I've been in love with them or they've been in love with me. That's a different story. Like I like it. But if your character's just like completely oblivious, like even to like obvious gestures of love, I don't like it. It's like they accidentally stumbled into a room and locked themselves in. Yeah, true. That is that is kind of what happened there. Love triangles. I see it on the list. Yeah, I will be getting to love triangles. They don't get together. No, I fucking hate it. Like if you're gonna give me a romance, give me the romance. Like put them together. Let them be happy, even if you end up killing them later on. But let them be happy. Let them be together. Like don't give me a romance. Is slow burn on here? If slow burn is on a list, I need you to know it goes at the bottom because I cannot stand slow burn. Tall girl, short guy. There we go. Friends to lovers. I also love this. I think it's so cute. Actually, you know what? Friends to lovers can go up here in the best. Let's see. I think this is widow widower. Uh, it's not that I dislike it. I just don't particularly care. But I don't have a neutral to it option. was only one time I like that didn't get together in the end, and that's mainly because the romance wasn't the main plot. Yeah, like if it's a side plot, I can deal with it, but if it's like the main plot, there was a romance that I saw, and the guy just thought the girl was a friend, and these guys were fighting over her, and the dude was like, "Oh, I thought we were just hanging out as all friends." But now that you mention it, I think I loved her since I met her. Yeah, I like that kind of oblivious to love, where like everything just kind of clicks into place, and they go, "Oh." I Despite the they don't get together and me not particularly liking oblivious to love, I do have a soft spot for unrequited love, where like the other party is aware of it and knows of it and just doesn't love them back. Afraid to confess love, that goes in the worst. The worst that can happen is that it turns into unrequited love. Like, just do it. Just confess. I don't want to read like half a book of them waffling around about confessing. Unrequited love when they fictional. Yeah. Enemies to lovers already up here. Fall in love with the wrong person, I do have a soft spot for. Like, I do kind of have like this huge soft spot for like if one of the characters is totally in love with another one and that character is in love with someone else and the it's what the like main character sees as the wrong person, even if it's not actually. Emotional scars, when done right, I do kind of like it because it gives depth. Ugly Duckling, it's another one I really don't like. I'm not gonna lie. Best friend's brother or sister, I do like. I think those are fun. Like, you're the characters around this person like all the time because it's the sibling of their friend, and like slowly over the course of time, they're like, "Ooh, have I always felt this way about my best friend's like sibling, or is this new? Like, what's going on here?" I like that kind of thing. I like to confess to the wrong person and fall in love. Oh, that is another fun one. Secret admirer, I'll put it in dislike. Like, if it's done right, I like it. If it's done yandere, I like it. I'll be honest. Redemption, I do like it. I do like redemption. Beauty and the Beast. It depends on how it's done. Like if it's a case of like I love you. Yeah, that kind of thing is fun. But for Beauty and the Beast, if it's if it's always the soft girl who's like super gentle and loving tames the like bad boy, I don't like it. I like that every once in a while, but like I like it switched up. All right, second chance. I do have some. I have the second chance is more of a soft spot one. Beast being an actual monster, yes. but also like still gotta put in the stipulation that if it's always a like soft spoken, like traditionally like beautiful, like little sweetheart of a girl taming the beast that's an actual monster, I also can only take so much of that. All right, love triangle. It all depends on what kind of love triangle. Because if it is the standard that I see, that I used to see in a young adult romance all the time when I was reading it, where it's the female, like, love interest, like, the female main character has, like, these two dudes who are interested in her, and it's, like, the best friend and the, like, main romance interest. I cannot stand it. Uh, Hunger Games is one that does that. I know it's not a romance book, but like the way Hunger Games, well, the movies feel like they did it more than the books did. But like when it's that kind of thing where it feels like it's a love triangle to be a love triangle. Yeah, I want a love triangle that ends in poly too. But if it's like a love triangle where like say like person A is crushing on person B and person B is crushing on person C and person C is crushing on person A, like I can work with that. Like there's some shenanigans going on there. But if it is person A is crushing on person B and person B is crushing on person C, that's not a triangle. That's a V. So for the fact that most of the love triangles in romance is a love V, it's going into dislike. Trying to remember if I've seen that. Hold on. I think I have. Yeah. Oh my god, that's. I cannot believe I forgot about that. Yes, Kiss Him Not Me is a great love triangle. Actually, do they have a Blu-ray for that? Hmm. Hmm. Okay, I'm done being sidetracked. Rejected by others. That's another one I don't like. Like, it's not that I hate it, I just don't really like it. Like, I don't want the character falling in love because, like, this is the first person to not reject them. The one that got away, I do like. Like, it's not one that I've got a particularly soft spot for. I just like it. That was the one I was talking about with the oblivious character. Yeah, like like I will say that like Kiss Him Not Me is like so good. I want romance is not a romance is a squish. Yeah, I also like that kind of thing. Soulmates is one that I have a soft spot for, but it has to be done right. This is another one that I like. I'm going to put in dislike. Marriage I'll put in dislike, not because I actually dislike it, but because I'm very neutral to it. Like, I don't really care if my romance story ends with a marriage or even like involves a marriage at all. I don't care if it begins with one. I don't care if it ends with one. I don't care if there's a divorce involved. Just give me the romance. Like, I want characters loving each other. It does. It does not matter to me if there is a ceremony and like rings and like that kind of stuff involved. Hmm. Different Worlds is another soft spot for me, especially when they have to go when one of the characters has to go back to the world they came from, or choose to stay with the one that they're in love with and lose all chance of going back ever again. I mean, so the couple is just marrying their dogs. Yeah, I can get behind that. Return to Hometown and Reunion Love. I don't particularly like it. I don't really dislike it either, but I do lean more towards dislike than liking. If that makes sense. Does that make sense? I'm I'm actually surprised that there's so much stuff in the like category. All right. I'll be back in a moment, and then I'll continue on to the fanfic ones. And I'm back. Also, I'm drinking water. There is no hydrate button, but remember to hydrate, everyone. Yeah, hydration is important. All right. Actually, how long is the fanfic one? Oh, well, that's about as long as the other ones, right? Well, as long as the romance one. All right. Lovers to enemies. Like, yeah, I like it. Like the destruction of the uh the destruction of the relationship is like when done right is done beautifully. Royalty AU. I like it. Fluff. I would die for it. Fluff is awesome. Uh, Pregnancy fix really depend on the execution. Hurt no comfort also depend on the execution. Because if you hurt me bad enough, you kind of got to do the comfort there too. Hanahaki, I love. Like I think it's such an interesting one. Secretly dating is a no. Like I kind of weird about like secrecy stuff like that. Well, actually, I guess it would really depend on the execution. Hanahaki depends for you. Yeah, I can understand that. Like, no hiccup. For secretly dating, though, like, one of the best life advices I ever got was if somebody doesn't want you to tell people that you're dating, then, like, watch very closely how they're treating you and if they're trying to control you. Because the less people that know that you're dating, the less people to warn you about how they are. And that kind of does bleed over into the secretly dating, like, fan fiction trope. I read a Hanahaki where the person died from it and their crush also had it for them. Aww, so close to being a good, so close to being like all good to go. Secret dating where your partner doesn't even know. I think that's part of the yandere trope. Canon divergence, yeah. Give me canon, give me non-canon. Like, put canon in a blender and like, and solve all your problems. Crossover, yes. Crossover, I love. Fake dating is another one that I love. Yeah. There's the love triangle one. And once again, it would really depend on the execution. Slow burn, no. Sorry, I fucking hate slow burn. Hold on. You would be surprised how many like Naga AU things I've seen like lately. I'm down for it though. High school AU. I'm more partial to like college AU. Like if there's not a college AU one, then I'll move this up to the really depends on execution. But like just high school, a heist fic, and that's just not really my cup of tea. Angst depends on the execution. Detective AU, I do like. I think they're fun. Same thing with the crime AU. Dark fic, yeah. Well, this one actually really depends on the execution. Because some dark fics are good, some dark fics are eh. Major character death depends, like, really depends on the execution. Bodyguard, I do like. Hurt Comfort, yes, I love it. Unhappy Ending depends on the execution. Yeah, some dark fics, like, it feels like they did it without planning the why of it being a dark fic. Ah, holiday fics. It really depends on the execution and really depends on what holiday it is. Historical AU, I love those. Time loops I also like, but it depends on how they're executed. Oh, sick fics, I love them. And Christmas ones are a fuck nah. Like Christmas holiday fics are they really, really, really depend on how they're executed. Soulmate AU. I like them, but like they're another one that depends on execution. Sick Fic Explode. Yes! Those are so good. Like, I. Like, let the poor character be taken care of and when they're sick. Like, please. Don't miss this one. I can't fucking say it right now. I don't think I could say it, like, fully sober either. Yes. Soulmate AU depends on the execution and specifically the type of Soulmate AU. Because, like, some of them are really, really cute, and some of them just feel like they would be more effort than doing a regular, like ship fic. I can feel another hiccup. There it is. A fix it fic. That one depends on the execution. Oh, mutual pining. Yes. Well, I love it. Somebody or you connect. Somebody angst. Like, is there also okay. Mutual pining I like, particularly when it's like the idiots in love and don't realize they're in love kind of thing. ABO, I'm not gonna lie, I do I do love me some ABO. Like I think it's fun. Enemies to lovers, I will love. College AU. Okay. College AU can go up here in love, which means high school AU stays down here. Celebrity AU, I'm not a. I like. I'm on the fence about. Same, especially not. Yeah, ABO is fun. Celebrity AU, it borderline is the it's a no for me. But sometimes it's done well. But the majority of like well for me. But the majority of the time it's a no. So I'm gonna leave it here. Sci-fi AU, it it's another one that really, really depends on the execution, but I'm usually not that into it. Fictional. Bang or die, depends on the execution. Uh, Genfic, yeah, I love it. Yeah, Born Without Plot, yeah, yeah. Oh, Drunken Confessions, I love. I think they're cute. Western AU, I generally like those. Like, I think they're fun. Same with fantasy AUs. I generally like them. I also like established relationship stuff because I think it's cute. Uh, Baby fics really depend on the execution. I am not particularly inclined to like children, including most fictional ones. Either that or I want to become their parent. Crack fics are fun. I love them. Let's see. Coffee shop AU depends on the execution. Like sometimes I like them, sometimes I don't. It all depends on how they're done. Hitman and Target. It's not that I really dislike them or that it depends on the execution. I just don't usually. I usually can't get into them all that well. Sharing a bed though, always a win. A kink fic, once again, always a win. Like if it's not my kind of kink, then I just don't read it. Sex pollen. I'm. That's another one that I'm like that I usually can't get into. Mission and case fic. Those really depend on how they're executed. Bookstore AU. I almost always have fun reading them. I like they're great. Mm, Meet the Family is one that it depends on the execution. Like sometimes I have fun with it, sometimes I don't. unrequited love for fan fiction rather than just straight up romance books, I like it, but it's not like always top tier. Friends to lovers, I still love. Missing scenes, I also love. Like they're like the spaces in between the main story, where you're just kind of like, wonder what happened there, and then you get fan fiction that explains it, and you're just like, sweet, I can see that, I can get behind that. Flower shop and tattoo artists, I'm not gonna lie, I don't understand the obsession with it because it feels like that pops up more often than any other AU, and it's not my cup of tea, so I just don't read it. Painfully oblivious really depends on the execution. What is 5 plus 1? I read a fanfic where the character confessed and got rejected and confided in the person who likes them for comfort. Oh, all right. So 5 things. Fan fiction writing form or structure. Uh, the format requires a set of multiple scenes that are related to each other in some way without necessarily being in the same chronological timeline. The number of things may vary slightly depending on the work. Oh. Uh, I don't know if I've ever read anything that's like particularly like this category of a trope. So I would guess depends on execution. There is also a smut one, but I don't know if I'm gonna get to that one after all. Impreg, I do like. I think it's fun. Also, I would not be able to say that I did not like uh, Impreg after the time that I made the comment that Lucifer from Hazbin Hotel is so peggable, he's impreggable. Like, I can't lie and say that I don't like Impreg after that. Near Death Confession. Yeah, I like it. Possibly. Oh, patching up wounds. I love it. I think it, particularly when one of them's just like, no, I can do it myself, and the other one's going, no, I'm doing this for you. Just let me take care of you, damn it. I'm like chowing down on mac and cheese right now. Sorry about the silence. This isn't thinking silence. This is me shoving macaroni in my face. This stream has been going for 2 hours and almost 45 minutes, and I still have not finished my mac and cheese. How much fucking mac and cheese did I make? Because I did not think I made that much. Ooh, jealousy. I can't stand jealousy in real life. It's never a fun feeling. But I love jealousy in a fic. Idiots in Love. Yes. I love Idiots in Love. AI's a no from me. Oh, and they were roommates. I love that too. Gender swap depends on the execution though. Bully really depends on the execution. Miscommunication is a no. I don't know if you've seen a trend in it so far, but I really don't like miscommunication. Swap bodies. Oh, I'm getting to that one. A modern day AU, I love those. Grumpy and Sunshine is one that depends on the execution because generally I like it, but sometimes I don't like the way it's done. Body swap, I like because it's fun to see how they like, especially ones that like are trying not to let their friends know that they've like swapped bodies with someone else, so they're trying to pretend to be that person and failing miserably. Amnesia really depends on the execution. Huddle for warmth, I generally like. Oh, yeah. Swapping with your crush is a fun one. Arranged marriage, I usually like. Like, I don't. It's not necessarily. Actually, do I like it enough to say that I love it? Because I do like it a lot. I don't think I like it to say that I love it, though. Canon compliant. I like it. I don't like it as much as I like canon divergence. But canon compliant I can work with. X Reader. Hold on. I love X Reader fics. I think they're so fun. Like both smut and like fluff and angst and like all the categories. X Reader is like awesome. Fighting turn confession depends on the execution. I feel like if it feels like it comes out of left field, but not in a the character is so worked up that they can't hold it back kind of way, I don't like it. Paranormal AUs I generally like too. Mm, XX lovers, I just generally can't get into. Well, that's that one. I'm surprised that there's not more stuff in the I would die for this trope category. Although, considering some of the things I have said about Jabberwock and Tokyo Debunker, it does not surprise me that this is in the I would die for this trope category. You know what? I think it might would be. Except for maybe if it's like maybe taking like this one out and like and the four without plot and doing it and then doing one that's like taking out like the fluff to put those in and like the fluff and the sick fic to put a form without plot and kink in. I think you would have like my two ideal forms of fanfic. How much is on this one? Mm, it feels like there's been a lot of overlap between uh this one and the other ones that I've done, so I think I'm not gonna do that one. This has been very fun though. Oh, stretch. I finally made it through the rest of my Chambord. I've been trying to finish that since like February. Although I do think I might be ready for a nap. Did any of these like genuinely surprise y'all? Or am I that transparent for any of the tier lists? How do you think a fic would go if you combine all the bottom ones? Terribly. That's how it would go. Although I will say the first thing that pops into my head is like if you like combine these two and possibly even this one You've just got like a Cowboy Bebop AU, which I would like. You want to say no, but yeah, to the the thing that there were things that surprised you. This mac and cheese is still good cold. Look, sometimes in the lab, like people that know me and have known me for years and know what I used to be like when I was like in my partying college days will say something. And like the newer lab assistants that haven't known me as long are like, no, there's no way Peach used to do that. Yes, there is. Well, I think I am gonna go take a nap. Well, I'll make I'll make the schedule for next week before I do that. But I I do think it is about time. Thank y'all for watching. I had a lot of fun doing these, but don't expect like spicy tier lists very often. Thank you for watching. Good night.